Welcome to DudeNoWay Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. I'm your host, Moonchild of DudeNoWay, and today we are growing our skill set in Overwatch 2. So we had a viewer of the channel send in their footage, and we're going to be reviewing the gameplay of a Plat 3 Lucio, looking for mistakes and ways that they can improve. And if you would like to have your gameplay reviewed here, you could send me the import code to DudeNoWayLive@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to turn it into a video. Looks like your skating is really good, just off the start there. Your ability to skate, you are breaking the barricades that make it difficult to get around the map, so that's good. Smart thinking. So we're just going to press play, and we're going to go ahead and break it down. Let's see what's up. Straight off the jump here, your team is in the wrong place to start defending on Rialto. When you start on this map, you want to actually start from this place right here, this kind of raised high ground position. Your Orisa being up at their spawn door 1 second before the game starts leads me to believe that the Orisa is probably going to die right away. The fact that the rest of your team isn't here is not great, but you know that it is quick play, so like there's only so much you can do in that moment. But yeah, Orisa should be right here, and you guys should kind of be around Orisa, kind of up on this balcony, and that will save you from the blast off the start of the entire enemy. It's called the Alpha strike. When the entire enemy team comes out and they all hit you one time and then you just fucking blow up. The Alpha strike is very powerful. They all have their abilities. Everything is off cooldown right now. So the very first target they see, they're going to obliterate if it is right in front of their door. And I would anticipate that the Orisa is probably it. But yeah, this is the spot where you want to be defending off the start here. So you're doing the swapping between healing and speed. I like that. Oh, feels bad, right? So there's the Alpha right off the start. And to further hammer in the point of the Alpha here, this is an Ashe with a Sojourn and a Mercy. So somebody was getting damage boosted, probably the Sojourn. So that is the Alpha strike. Unfortunately, you were the one who took the Alpha strike and not the Orisa, and that feels really bad, dude. Like, you never want that to be the case, especially with you as Lucio. You are, like, arguably even more important than the Orisa, because Orisa, while she is the tank, and, you know, very important, obviously, you staying alive means the rest of your team gets to stay alive. And you have the boop ability. You know, Orisa kind of, you know, she can use Spear Spin, but your cooldown is shorter on boop. So you have the potential to knock people down into the water if you were in this area and they happen to come out at the same time, and you had survived that Alpha blast, but unfortunately you did not. Just a straight up death straight off the spawn, and Orisa gets to tell the tale of her ridiculous up at the spawn door antics, which is over the top, man. I don't feel like Orisa should have lived through that. I feel like it should have been you. Just go ahead and waiting for you to spawn here. We can see that your Sombra is wasting time hacking the Mauga, who is up in this building up here. Mauga is also just wasting time for no particular reason, just hanging out in this building. I don't know what he's doing up there, but he should be down near the payload, pushing it forward. He should be behind the payload, pushing it forward with the Mercy and all of his team behind him. But your team is playing some weird angles right here. Just gonna let this play out until you come back up. Okay, now you are back. So we're gonna go ahead and bring it back onto you. That is not you. There we go. And we're gonna watch you get back to the spawn fast. Bang. So you got the you're doing the wall ride to get back, which gives you the additional speed boost. And that additional momentum is huge on Lucio. Even if you're not utilizing the amp it up, or even just the speed aura, even if you're on the heal aura, wall riding gives you a boost of momentum forward. So you can use that even if your healing aura is on, and travel faster. So that is like a pro thing that Lucios need to understand, is when to speed boost and when not to, but also when to utilize your passive speed boost ability in wall riding. So doing a good job with that. You're skating off the statue. That is too far. That is you know, I know the forward. I know I was just talking about how important the forward momentum is, and you're probably trying to go for this boop right now, but your team is back here, right? You could have stopped here. You could have stopped like right here and kept everybody inside the aura, started firing off your thing. The potential for a boop here, you are putting yourself into extreme danger in this moment. You can see the Sojourn is looking right at you, right? The Ashe looking right at you. The Malga is behind you, so all he has to do is turn around, and now you're in like a you versus 5 scenario, basically. Even though Moira's dead, so you versus 4, but still, as too far. Let's put it back on you. I keep clicking Orisa because her thing is right above you, but yeah. So okay, so let's see if you get this Ashe off the map with the boop. Bang. Okay, so the Ashe backs off, and you're looking for it. I see you looking for it. I know you're trying to get that one hit on the boop. Alright, so you're firing the shots in. Yeah, so right now, I would just say, like, while Lucio is very good and able to get the damage off, this high ground position would be a better place to fire down into them, because you're going to be able to hit them easier, and in addition to that, try and keep more of the team in front of you. While Sombra, you can't really deal with Sombra, and like Widowmaker, you expect her to be in the back of the map. You could at least have the Orisa and the Moira kind of in front of you, because your range is, you know, largely infinite comparatively to Moira, who kind of needs to be in this place if she wants to use her damage beam. But even Moira is not doing the right thing. Like, Moira is standing here damaging this Sojourn for what purpose exactly? I'm not exactly sure. Like, she could get headshot by the railgun at any moment. Alright, so you're putting in the damage. I like what you're trying to do here. I like where your head is at. You see the Ashe is trying to get you. Swap over to the healing aura. Is at this moment that you, like, your danger sense should be tingling, right? Like, if you are Spider-Man, like, the little wiggly line should be above your head. Like, this should say, I'm gonna die to you. So if you ever see all 5 of the characters in front of you like this, or, you know, this many, 4 of them in front of you like this, with no other teammates around you, this should signal instant death in your mind. This should look like hell. So you turn on the healing, you're backing up a little bit. The team is kind of finally trying to get into your aura, which is smart. It's not really, you know, it's not really on you to make sure that every member of the team is in your aura, but they should definitely try and play around you a little bit, right? Like, the fact that you have 3 of them in your aura right now is great, but at the same time, the Orisa was about to go up here, right? And I don't know what Orisa would be doing up here on her own, but I can tell you that it's probably fuck all. That's probably what would have been accomplished by Orisa going up there on her own. I'm glad she figured out what was going on and got kind of down with her support here, but you utilizing this building as a piece of cover is good, because there's less opportunity for the enemy team to shoot you from the side. I'm just going to turn right here. You can see that there is, like, kind of nobody in your line of sight, except for Malga, who is doing whatever this is over here. This is the wrong place for Malga to be. I don't know what he thinks he's up to, but I promise it is nothing. Going back to you. I'm gonna hit play here. Oh man, you are killing me. You're in such a dangerous position right here. But the idea that you have, I know what you're trying to do. You want to boop someone into this water, which will one-hit them, and I totally get that. It's just that it's a very dangerous spot for you to be. Bang, and there it goes. And there it is, a very beautiful boop on the Sojourn, and that's what she gets for being out of position. But if you got one hit right now, I wouldn't be surprised. Not that they can, because they have like an Ashe, right? But okay, so your Sombra is up. At least your Sombra was kind of in an all-right place up here, kind of keeping herself inside of your healing aura. I would recommend having more of the team in front of you. Like I said earlier, just like, get the Orisa in front of you. If you've got a bit, like, if you're playing Lucio and your tank is an Orisa and you spend the entire game with a big horse's butt in your face, you're doing it right. So at this point, it's time for you to fall back, because if they overcommit to this angle while their tank is over in Wonderland over here doing whatever he's doing, and you are like actively booping their members off the map. If they come forward, they would be extremely stupid at this moment. But it's definitely time for you to fall back and get back up with the squad. You're doing a good job contesting the payload, but it doesn't necessarily need to be contested at this angle. This is a very dangerous place for you to be. Now that you see that the Malga has swapped over to a Sigma, you can now be killed incredibly easily. One shot from Ashe in the head and one Sigma volley will kill you at this moment. Especially because Ashe is getting damage boosted by the Mercy. Your life is very much in danger right now. You can see Sigma is punching the payload for whatever reason. I guess he doesn't understand why the payload won't move forward. Oh God, you spent so much time here. Okay, so just, you know, I've hammered this in enough. This is death for you. And there it is. Like I said, man, this, when you see all of the enemy team in front of you like this, should signal in your brain, I'm gonna die. Like, that is the moment where you say, oh shit, things have gone south, right? I'm gonna pause it, and I'm gonna get a better idea of where your team is playing right now. I wish I could move this faster. Like, I wish there was a ramped up speed as you kind of moved forward, but here we are. Your team is in a good position. Your Moira has fallen back behind the tank. This is where she should be. The tank is standing in the middle of the lane. So, like, when I say she has good position, relatively speaking, right? Because she should be right here using this piece of cover. Instead, she's standing in the middle of the street, just asking to be killed by everyone shooting her one time. But that being said, your Sombra is about to come around and try and catch a hack on somebody, probably through this doorway. We're just going to let her do her thing. Oh, okay, so she's going to run down the street. I believe you should be respawned by now. So we're just going to go ahead and go back to you. You can see you are amping it up off the spawn. And one thing that in this position, you may not want to amp it up off the spawn and simply utilize your additional movement momentum burst that you get when you wall ride, and keep your amp it up for when you do get over to your team, because the moment where you use your amp it up and then you get to the team and you need the amp it up for healing and you don't have it, like, that's gonna suck balls, right? Like, that's gonna hurt pretty bad. Like I said, the amp it up would be a good thing to have when you do get back to your team, since we know that their whole enemy team is pushing on your 4 members or 3 members right here. Not my best game, but it probably shows my flaws better. There's nothing wrong with that. The flaws are what we're looking for. Like I said, otherwise I'm just gonna be here patting you on the back, telling you good shots. So you're using the wall ride. You're doing the standard, I got punished for being out of position, punch the air. I do that too. I think everybody punches the air when they're on their way back from the spawn after taking a death they wish they hadn't taken. I think, like, that's just standard Overwatch 101. And I just wanted to highlight something right here as you do get back. You swap over to the healing aura, and you're firing, right? Your aim is too low. So, like, you are shooting Moira in her belly right now. And because Lucio is like a shorter character, you need to aim your crosshair up when you engage people. So just keep that in mind. In general, Lucio needs to aim a little bit higher than what you think the average like center of the screen is. So you just kind of aim a little bit up, and that will take care of the headshot. You're missing the headshot in this moment. And that has to do with Lucio's character height. So you're amping it up now, keeping your team alive. Okay, right now, you are the one standing out in the open. I'm just going to break it off from here and spin it around. Remember I talked about how your tank was standing out in the open over here? Now it's you, and because there's so many people around, you're kind of getting shot and damaged from a bunch of different angles. And this is the moment where you could be utilizing this piece of cover right here on the other side of the payload, keeping your tank inside of your healing aura, and then you kind of bounce up and up, right? So you use the payload to wall ride yourself up, and wall ride yourself up on this wall, and then you fire your volley down into the people that would be in front of you. Even though there's no one in front of you right now, Sigma is behind you, and like it looks like the enemy team are trying to rotate around right now. This is a better way to be, because there are far less angles that you could actually be shot from, right? So let's put it back on you. So you're going in. Right now, you are attacking the Ashe, but you can see that the Mercy beam is on her, and a better idea in this moment, even though she is the first one here, you can kind of break her ankles, right, by utilizing your speed boost off of this wall, and then just kind of burst through this little doorway here, and then you can go and put pressure on the Mercy, who is just on the other side here. So, like, if you wall rode out and then immediately went for this Mercy, who is about to go and heal up this Sigma, you can see she's actively walking away from Ashe. You could force Ashe to kind of figure out where you are, because you're just gonna flat out, you're just gonna move faster than the Ashe can react to you in this corridor. And then you put the pressure on the Mercy, who is going to, like, if you were to take this aggressive angle, right? Which, again, I don't necessarily recommend when you have all of this cover over here to keep you safe. But your team is getting very aggressive, extremely spread out as well. And it looks like your Widowmaker is coming back from spawn. So there's no one really to aggress on the enemy's DPS here. So if you were to do that, coming out and putting pressure on the Mercy, getting her off of these characters, and then Orisa can clean them up with her heavy damage. It was a good idea to let your Orisa go in front of you. Right now, Orisa is asking to die, right? Like, with the Ashe getting damage boosted by the Mercy, and the Sigma standing right here with his heavy damage already, the Ashe is, Orisa is begging to die in this scenario, but you are about to get your ultimate here, so it's possible that you may be able to save you and Orisa from the onslaught of damage that will come from the triple threat here kind of in front of your face. But we also know that the Moira is about to come back. You can see that the Moira is getting excited. She sees what's going on, and she's about to come back. So it's going to be you and Orisa versus all four of these people here in about 2 seconds. So let's see what happens. So you swap to the healing aura. You boop the Sigma off the payload. That was a good boop, by the way. That was a strong boop. You did a good job trying to go and get the headshots in on that Mercy. She can be a little bit difficult to pin down, especially when you're, like, jumping off of walls and shit like that. Like, she could be very hard to headshot, especially if she's flying through the air, or you as Lucio are flying through the air with your kind of slower projectile volley. Can be very difficult, but you did the thing where you aggressed on her that I was talking about earlier and put pressure on her, so that is good. So, your team is now in the power position because their Mercy is dead. Even though their Moira... Where the hell did Moira go? I see. So Moira got hacked by your Sombra and immediately put back into the respawn screen. And then you guys killed the Mercy, right here. Bang. So the Sombra hacked your Mercy, or hacked their Mercy, and you were able to eliminate her with the combination of your damage, Orisa getting incredibly aggressive and face tanking her, and then Moira's Kamehameha beam was able to finish her off. So now you guys are in the hard win position because both of your support are alive. Yes. So both of your support are alive. I literally was just looking at this Moira, but this body down here threw me off, all right? So both your support are alive. They only have one damage character and their Sigma up. There's basically nothing they can do to stop you at this moment. And with Orisa... That was well done. With Orisa sucking her in, I thought for a second that you were about to get the boop off and send her careening down into the water again, but it turns out that the damage itself was just enough to finish her off, so that's good. And now it's time to deal with Sigma, because target priority says that you deal with Sigma last, right? So we're just gonna boop Sigma off. You did a... Oh, I didn't mean to back it up there. You did the right thing by stopping shooting Sigma while he was in his kinetic grasp. You don't want to give him too much hit points while he's using his cooldown that absorbs all of the projectiles. booping him off was a good call, although he's kind of standing right next to a health pack. I bet you that he's so disoriented in this moment, though, that he doesn't actually pick up the health pack. No, of course not, because why would he pick up the health pack, right? He's only getting tunneled by, like, 5 people. You know, fuck a health pack at this moment. Nope, he just completely left it alone. Well, alright then. He completely left it alone, and then I'm pretty sure your Moira picked it up. So that's good. So now Sigma is back in spawn, and his entire team is coming forward. You can see that they're all about to stagger into you one by one by one. Knowing that their tank has just died, they're probably all going to run forward right now because they think, they're looking at the scoreboard and they're thinking, it's so close to the checkpoint. Oh my god, we almost got the checkpoint. Let's all run in, and that'll definitely solve the problem of us all being staggered at this moment. So let's just watch them. Good job. Yep. Sometimes you gotta beat the horse. Okay, so this is that moment again that I talked about earlier, where this amount of red in front of you should mean death. It should signal danger in your mind. And you do start backing up, so that's good. Probably don't need the speed aura on at this moment. And you swap over to the healing aura. Good idea. Good call. You're keeping your team in front of you a little bit better now. That is a good point. Okay, so you amped it up to try and catch up with this Sojourn. You guys are kicking their ass right now, right? But still, I don't necessarily think it was so important to catch up to this Sojourn on the bridge here that you needed to use your only cooldown just to get over to her. But, you know, you're probably going to boop her off the edge, or your team is going to headshot her, and that's going to be the end of her anyway. So I don't think you'll get punished for it, but in general, I don't think, like, just let her go. Like, if she slides backwards out of your line of sight, and I talked about this yesterday in the Mercy video, when you miss the opportunity, there's a small window, and if you don't get the kill, just let it go. Don't chase. So she didn't even go down right now, and that's unfortunate, but now your amp it up is on cooldown for another 10 seconds. God forbid you need it with this Moira being critical health and this Widowmaker being critical health, and you can see that the Mercy resurrected your tank over here. Or no, your tank came back as a Doomfist. That's how he got there so quickly. And like right now, it would be good to have the amp it up. But you got the healing aura on. Ashe didn't get to capitalize on the low health Moira who was over there. And Moira threw her own, I believe she threw her own healing orb. So she is good to go and full health now. Now it's just your Widowmaker who is up Shit's Creek without a paddle. And Widow has... Let's just decouple this. What is going on with Bob? So anyway, we're just gonna ignore that one. So your Doomfist, the enemy Doomfist and the enemy Mercy are kind of standing at the payload right now. Like this would be a good time for you to wall ride over to the payload and try to contest by just being like elusive Lucio, you know, jumping all around it. You know, you're skating on the wall, then you're back on the payload, then you're off of this flower pot, right, and you're over here. And like Doomfist has to wait for all of his cooldowns, so the odds of Doom actually being able to stop you as Lucio are pretty small because his shit kind of boops him all over the place. Speaking of all over the place, I don't know how to use a camera. I've never used one in my entire life apparently. But it looks like you guys are gonna make your way back over there now. And you can see Doom is going all the way. Why did you go here? Like, what was the point of turning around and going off into this little alleyway? I don't understand this logic at all. But you aggressed on the Mercy, which is the more important target than Doomfist, so that's good. And right now, you just kill this Mercy. And like I said, you're just aiming just a little bit low based on the size of Lucio's character model. You just need to raise that up just a little bit, and you would have hit those headshots on Mercy. Doomfist is asking to be booped off in this scenario. Like I get, you know, you want to run back there and try and get into this building, but like you're fighting off against a Lucio and an Orisa who both have a boop ability, and they could send you straight into this little I don't know what to call this, canal right here and end the entire push. I mean, granted, the push is over already, right? That is unfortunate. Speaking of getting sent into the canal, Doomfist did the old switcheroo on you, baited you into the room, and then got you into the canal. What a twist. Because that was really awesome. That was a perfect turn of events that I did not predict. Okay, so that's the Mercy going down. This is you chasing the Doom. I'm gonna see it from this this other perspective, because that was badass. Oh my god, nuh-uh, dude. He got you and Sombra with the rocket punch. That was legitimately probably the only move that Doom had that entire game, that the tank made that entire game, that actually accomplished anything. And he is so proud of himself right now. You know he is. Okay, so now he's standing on the high ground. Okay, yeah, so Doom standing here instead of going back to his team is indicative of I can't control a camera. Is indicative of this guy not knowing how to play video games. Like him being up here, at no point did he think, "Damn, bro, I am fucked." Not a single time did that cross his mind. He didn't think, "Oh man, I could totally use this stairwell, go back, grab this mega, and by the time they reach up, by the time they catch up to me, I'll be all the way back with my team, and we can make an actual push together." Not one time. No, so what he's gonna do is jump out this way and try and do something stupid from over here. Okay, so you guys are on your way back now. Doom is gonna make his way back to the team, but he missed his... No, he's not. He's gonna dive your Widowmaker instead. You know, let's barrel stuff the Widowmaker, the only character in the entire game. Look, he's even shooting her right now. Let's barrel stuff the Widowmaker, the only character in the entire game that can destroy the remaining amount of hit points we have in a single shot. Let's do it. I'm gonna get back on you. We're gonna watch the kill feed and see if the Widow actually picks up that Doom kill.
60 seconds remaining.
That's unfortunate. She had her opportunity. That Doom definitely should have been punished in that moment. Right now, I don't know why you haven't broke it down yet, but as soon as you came around this corner and saw that the Orisa was so low health, you could have broke it down like right here, and like you could see the entire enemy team is coming, right? Like there's no reason to save it at this point. Although you might be doing that right now. It's kind of hard to say. You look like an AI Will Smith eating spaghetti with this arm pose. If you know the GIF that I'm talking about, the little movie where the AI tried to make Will Smith eating spaghetti, like that's what it looks like is happening here. But hopefully you're about to break it down. No, so you amp it up instead. Your ult would have saved that Orisa in that moment. And then you guys wouldn't be down a tank for this push. The enemy Moira is on you. The enemy soldier is shooting you. If Ashe gets a single headshot on you, this could be bad news bears. You did, one thing that I will say is your swapping back and forth between the different songs, the healing and the speed song, is really good. Really on point with that. You know that the power of Lucio comes from his ability to quickly gain bursts of speed in different areas, and you are really solid at swapping back and forth between healing and speed. A little bit late on the break it down, but that's okay. It saved Sombra, so at least there's that. And Sombra's ult combo with you is allowing you guys to make like a solid push back on the enemy team right now, so that's good. We're just gonna boop. Oh man, dude, imagine if Doom had gotten you a second time with the rocket punch. Oh, dude, that would have been the saddest moment of all time. All right. The Widowmaker is shooting from behind you, trying to take out whoever she can. Looks like she just killed Ashe. The soldier is back up. In that moment, if Soldier had Helix rocketed you, that would have been the end of you. With only 102 hit points, you would not have survived a Helix rocket. So Probably, like I said earlier, probably better to keep your team in front of you, because you see your Moira's here, your Sombra's here, like, you know, like, maybe just keep some of them a little bit in front of you, but you were able to, with the help of the Sombra, take him out, so, you know, not too big of a deal there. And you go straight for the Mercy. That is solid, really solid target priority. You're putting pressure. God damn it, I did it again. And like I said, you're putting pressure on the supports, which is exactly what you want to see. The Moira faded off into the distance, which leaves Mercy in this kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Like, she could turn around and run through this doorway, but if she does, you are fast enough to actually catch up with her. Or she could Guardian Angel over to her team over here, which I gotta take this down. There we go. She could Guardian Angel over to her team over here. But if she does that, then she's in the middle of your team, you know? So, like, you put her in a very bad scenario. And she's gonna GA through the middle of your team, which, again, literally the worst possible scenario for Mercy. Like I said, that damned if you do, damned if you don't spot, where she has 18%, or she has, like, whatever that is, like, 20% life or something like that, and she has to put herself directly in the line of fire of Orisa, Sombra, Moira, if Moira wasn't looking at Doomfist over here. Like, she is more than likely going to die. If this Mercy survives, that's a miracle. No, exactly. And Sombra's cube eliminated the Moira at the exact same moment. So between the two of you, you guys completely shut down their final push, which, if you look at the timer here, with 14 seconds left and they have a 5-second respawn, they can't even make it back to the cart in time to do anything. So this is 100% their final push. You got Doomfist? Bro. Where is Doom? My guy, Doom. Inquiring minds want to know. What the fuck are you doing up here, Supermaning, while the cart is down here with 8 seconds left? What are you doing? It's ridiculous. You have a golden Doomfist arm. You should turn that in for the bronze Doomfist arm. All right? I'm just saying. 6, 5, 4. Okay, so Doom is on the point now, which is exactly where he should be, but he's not really accomplishing anything. He could have already been over here and saved his 2 supports from the push. And that's what he gets. Because if Doom had been here when the Mercy and the Moira were here, it would have been a different scenario. The Doom could have kept himself alive and protected Mercy and Moira from the 3 of you guys kind of pile driving them into the dirt. The Doomfist was way over here, protecting no one, accomplishing nothing, then flew his way back to the cart so that he could further accomplish nothing and put it into overtime, but it doesn't matter because no one is close enough to actually contest. He did, and your Orisa and your Moira are up here being scary at the spawn door, and while I don't think that is like the worst call ever, if something had happened back here on the point and Doom had, you know, gotten the kill on you guys, then the Orisa and the Moira would be up here with not enough time to get back to the Doom, and let me just decouple it again, and the Doom would have been able to push it the, like, legitimately 5 meters it needs to get to the checkpoint before Moira and Orisa could get back to him. So, you know, your tank and your support are also playing out of position in this moment. But you do end up winning the game. Again, I think that you are really good at your ability to swap back and forth between Lucio and utilize his speed boost when you need it and his heal when you need it. And those 2 things together are going to be one of the higher skill ceiling aspects of the character. You're also good at utilizing the skate. You are skating a large amount of the time, which is literally, like, the best part about him is his ability to take angles that other characters can't take, because he can ride the walls or you know, grind off of certain objects to get to heights that other characters can't reach. And I just want to go back to the beginning of the game. This is the moment that I talked about earlier. The main thing on Rialto at the start of any game, it doesn't matter what game it is, what map it is, you always want to have, you always want to have the high ground position. looking down at the spawn door, if, like, wherever possible. Orisa is way out of position here. Your Moira is not in the right spot. You might not even know that this is the spot to defend from. But when the doors open up on Rialto, this is where your team is supposed to be. And then, if need be, you drop down on them when they get the payload up to this point. But this is where you defend from. You have an easier time hitting them. They can't hit you, because if they, if they put in damage on you and you get low health, you just back up. Or you utilize that side corridor over on the left where the wall kind of changes colors there. You just kind of take yourself completely out of the dangerous place. This is scary. And the main thing that you just want to focus on is just positioning and making sure that more of the team is in front of you. You don't ever want to be Lucio, the frontliner. He just doesn't have enough hit points to sustain that kind of playstyle.